know the power that you're dealing with. He can move a mountain because he was around before you ever thought up your little problem. May I remind you today that you're not smart enough to come up with a problem God can't fix. I need to tell somebody, brother, you're not that smart. Somebody said, well, you don't know what I've done. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know the problems I've had. You don't know the battles I've been through. You don't know the struggle. Baby, you're not smart enough to come up with a problem God doesn't have the answer to. You may not know the answer to it. But may I give you a news flash? You are not God. But you're not smart enough to come up with a problem to which God does not have that. You need to know who Jesus is. Jesus is from everlasting to everlasting. You want to know who I am? That's what I need you to know. I am. And so give me a minute here. I'm going to be through in a minute. But I just want to I want to talk to you about the I amness of Christ. Because John's letter is pregnant with the I amness of God. He tells us consideration after consideration after consideration who Jesus is. He said in John 6:35, I am the bread of life. He said, Jesus said unto them, I am the bread of life. He that cometh to me shall never hunger, and he that believeth on me shall never thirst. You want to move a mountain? You better know who Jesus is. Jesus said, I am the bread of life. You know, it's almost a smack in the face to Israel when Israel was fed manna in quail out there in the wilderness of Paran. But I want you to know that Jesus is the bread of life. Jesus is a bread that'll cause a man never to be hungry again. He's a bread that'll cause man never to be thirsty ever again. I'm talking about not physical food, but I'm talking about spiritual hunger. If you hunger after righteousness, you better know who Christ is. If you hunger after spirituality, you better know who Christ is. If you're looking to be pleasing and acceptable in the sight of Jehovah God, you better know who Jesus is. Jesus said, when you find me, you won't be hungry anymore. When you find me, you won't be thirsty anymore. You might thirst in your body, but you won't thirst in your soul. You might thirst on earth, but you won't thirst when you get to glory, because I am the bread of life. And if a man come to me, he'll never ever hunger again. I always have been bread. I'm bread now, and I always will be bread. Anybody in the house hungry today? Anybody hungry for a little bit of spirit? Anybody hungry for a little bit of righteousness? Anybody here today hungry for a little bit of Jesus? He said, I am the bread of life. But not only is he the bread of life, the Bible said, I am the light of the world. I heard John say of him in John 8:12, then spake Jesus again unto them, saying, I am the light of the world. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life. Do you know why Barack Obama and the United States of America can't seem to find their way? Because light is not in the White House. Light is not in Congress. Light is not in defeating Korea. Light is not in this world. Light comes through Jesus Christ. You ought to have a few less congressional meetings, and they ought to come together and have some Jesus meetings, because Jesus is the light. Let me tell you why Jesus is the light. Because light allows us to see where we're going. You see, light allows us to get from point A to point B. Light allows us to see the proper direction to travel in. Everything belonging to God is in the light. Jesus said, I am light. He said his children are the children of light. The gospel is the gospel of light. God is in the light, and if you want fellowship with him, you got to walk in the light as he is in the light. No wonder David said that his word was like a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. You know, when you get light, that when you walk step by step, all you need is something right in the front of you. But when you're trying to see the long haul, then you need something to to light up your path. The word of God is light. Jesus walks in the light. His children in the light. Fellowship in the light. God's in the light.